Okay, let's start talking about the resources part. The resources are mostly under this Learn page. All of these things were just pulled off of the old site. Most of these that are in here now are simply just links to other sites. And then these where it says browse by topic, these are essentially categories that get applied to each one of these items. And these are also were kind of gleaned from the old site. And then if you click on any of these, it would just take you to a page where just that category shows. So just whatever resource posts are in there that have this category attached to them will show up when you click on there. So that's basically how it looks. I also want to mention that under emergency preparedness, these also are essentially what we call resources on the back end of the site, and that means this part of the item right here, it says resources. All of these things are these little items that show up here, whether they're emergency preparedness or whether they are something else. So you see some of these have a little description that goes along with the link. I think that's a little better, more helpful. So let's go ahead and look at these. And say we wanted to add a new one, or you can edit an old one. The edit screen for these should look very straightforward if you've worked with WordPress before. There are just a couple other additions. Right here is the link. If this is a link to an external site, that's where you would put the link. Just right in that. If you wanted to have a PDF that was downloadable, so that was another type of resource you might want to have. You would just click Add File here, and then you could upload it. As if you've watched some of the other ones, you saw how we did images. Basically works the same way. And then finally here would be where you would put in any sort of description about that particular resource. Let's go ahead and look at one of the emergency preparedness ones. Find one. They were probably done first. So I believe this is one. So in here, it's basically the same thing. Here's the link. Here's a little description about what this organization does. And then over here, you'll see that ends up on the emergency preparedness page simply because this box is checked. Back over here. That's the only difference between this Learn page and this emergency preparedness page, simply sorting them by category. So if I were to turn this category off, that item would disappear from this page. It would still show up, or when it disappeared from this page, it would start to show up over here on the Learn page. The Learn page is everything in resources, all of these resource items that is not categorized with emergency preparedness. So let's go ahead and just add a new resource here. I think that we've talked about videos being something you might want to do. So I just found this little video. It's from the Milwaukee Art Museum actually, but we'll just use it for example. What does registrar do? Now, we could put the YouTube link in here, and that would actually take the person to the appropriate video on YouTube, but it would simply look like a link on the site. And if we want to actually embed in the site, so the video is on our site, we can just paste the link into this content area, and it will embed itself. It's a really cool thing in WordPress. It's really easy. It works with Vimeo as well. And then you can continue to add other stuff down here. It's just a description. This the description of the video. You can put it above. You could put it up here, above or below, whatever you prefer. that's that. Now, over here in the categories, we could put this in a category. If we put this in emergency preparedness, it would show up on that page. If we click something else, or if we don't click anything, it will show up on the Learn page. But these would help people find it if they were kind of browsing by category. Well, let's say we wanted to add a new category. And you can do that here. I would recommend, let's just say this is Registrar 101. So we're going to add this new category. And there it is, and it automatically assigns this to it. And we just publish. When we go back to here, and we just going to refresh this Learn page, it's called What is a Registrar? So it's way down at the bottom. These are arranged alphabetically, and there it is. And you can just watch it right here. Now you'll notice that I just created this category called Registrar 101, and this is the if you click on these little buttons, you can go and see all of the things that are in that category. But you'll notice it's also showed up over here. And if we were just to look in that category, that of course is the only one that's in there right now. But that's where it is, and you'll see that the description that we put above, the description that we put below is right there. So that's really cool. This will resize itself as the window gets smaller to stay appropriate to the size of the screen. Now I want to tell you one more thing about these categories over here. If you want to go in and manage those, like you just saw, you can add one here. However, if you want to look at them all together, you click this link, Resource Categories, and here they all are. It tells you how many resources are assigned to each of these categories. So Registrar 101, which you just created, of course, has one. So you can add new ones here as well, or you could just delete one. Say Registrar 101, the one we just created. If you delete that, it kind of gives you a warning, and you say, yeah, okay, I want to delete it, and it will go away. And now when I go back to that particular resource, you can also use this quick add button sometimes. It's just really fast and easy. It has stuff in here. These are the resource categories, and you'll notice that Resource 101 is gone, and this resource is now not assigned to any category. It just removed that, and the fact that this was connected with it is all gone. So if you do delete a category, you kind of have to think about anything that has been assigned to that. What are you going to do with it? And I think that I would recommend not making too many of these categories and trying to put some thought into what they are and what would be most useful for people. I think probably 10 or so would be more than enough, but I definitely wouldn't want to get up, much above a dozen or so. I think that would start to get a little bit awkward with how we've organized the site. But that's sort of how the resources section works.